All right, get a little bit of Saturday morning painting done. I have a few of these large musky baits we're going to do up. These are just a 10-inch jake. I want to put a scale pattern on that, so the first color I put on it is black. And hopefully the musky guys are in the mood for 10-inch jakes next weekend. Going to be selling some baits at Canada Day festival thing here locally. I have a local business reached out, and he wants me to come and sell some baits. I said, well, if you get people coming in, I'll bring some stuff. Noel, how's it going? I'm glad you're tuning in. I can be your Saturday morning cartoons. No King's Day. Get out to your closet, demonstrate, be peaceful, be heard. Yeah. Whatever, dude. My name is Alec. Alec. Thanks for joining in, Alec. Okay. So today's going to be a bit of a weird one. I'm going to be doing like a smorgasbord of big stuff. I'm going to try that one. So I'm going to actually hang these up, let them dry. That way I don't have to worry about smudging paint. So I just have a spot. I hang them over here. Won't be away long. And we'll bring back some that have already dried. Do you game? Not anymore. Thing about games is as you get older, like an old fart like me, the old motor skills just disappear. What kind of beauty is that in your hand? This one is just like a 6-inch believer. This one here is a 10-inch jake. We're going to be putting a scale pattern on that. This here is it's just like a 6-inch swim bait. I got to find some scale pattern material. put my big winter coat over top of the compressor so it doesn't scream. This here is a big long sock that the garlic comes in. So what I already did was I already put a base coat of like black and some silver stripey stuff on there. And then you stuff it inside this sock. And when I pull this down, it's going to leave a scale pattern. And I have to clamp the living Jesus out of it so that it doesn't wiggle around and move. But I need a bunch of these little clips and stuff to hold on to it. I'm going to grab lots because I always end up needing more than I start with. My wife told me I have to clean this mess up. I should really get to that. It's an interesting thing. Yeah, I had one of my, actually my air conditioner died yesterday, and one of my muskie clients, he actually owns the company here in town that fixes it. So he came out, got me back up and running, got me motivated to hit the muskie baits because we were talking fishing. And he doesn't buy as many baits from me anymore. He started building his own. So he asked me for some pointers, steered him in the right direction, and now he makes some of his own, which is awesome. Getting this thing on nice and tight with no wrinkles is basically the only challenge of the whole thing. But I think I'm going to be able to pull this one off pretty good today. Sometimes I miss. Sometimes it doesn't work out very good. These big ones are kind of hard to show on film because they're big. Now, I got about 5 or 6 sets of these, and I think this will be the one I use. I need one that's pretty tight because that bait weighs quite a bit. And I don't want it to pivot and move as I'm doing things. Didn't leave myself very much room to attach stuff to. I'm gonna have to move that just a little bit. Ching G Vlog. Hello and good morning. Happy Saturday morning. I'm doing your Saturday morning cartoons. It's like when we were kids. Well, when I was a kid, they had Saturday morning cartoons. I guess some of you guys might still be kids. Now, this thing already has a scale pattern, but in order to just move that side a little bit, I do want a scale pattern on all these. Saturday evening here. Where is here? Sounds like you're ahead of us by a little bit. Whereabouts are you? Where I am, it's, what time is it? Right here, it's 6:24 in the morning. So one thing I found that's kind of cool, Hong Kong, nice. So one thing I find cool about doing this is you find people from everywhere, man. Last week it was Russia, Cambodia, at Brazil. It's awesome. 6:24 p.m. You are exactly on the other side of the planet from me, 100%. Getting the mesh on these things is sometimes a challenge. It seems like all you have is thumbs, or too many thumbs, or not enough of them. Right now, I think I'm fighting with too many of them. Oh, got a rip in that one. So I just missed it with my clamp. Sometimes there's little rips and whatever in the mesh. These are fishing lures that I'm painting up. So basically what they're going to be is, oh, there's a good one. They're things like this here. So that one's ready for clear coat. Oh, right here. So like big musky baits, mid-sized baits. Something like that. Who knows? That thing's ready for clear coat. I'll put that over here. I'm going to do some clear coating in a little bit. Do I like fishing? I do like fishing. However, my daughter has a date today. Yay. Drop, like, since you're the only normal person I came across here, the rest want to be cult members or cross-dressers. I guess it's that month, dude. But thanks for thinking I'm normal. I'll try and behave. I won't go put any lipstick on or anything. Now that you guys are watching, I'm gonna take this out there. Normal. Don't get called that very often. So that's two. I got one more little guy here. Oh, do I have any more mesh? I got large mesh, but I don't have any more fine mesh that I can see. This is a complete shit show that I got going on here. It's just a colossal mess. My wife told me I got to clean it up. So far, I think she's right. Don't tell her I said that. God, don't tell her I said that. Oh, found one. Probably full of hooks and stuff, but got a mess over there too. Thank Jesus, eh? I want to do a walleye pattern on these ones, and in order to do that, I have to get this black covered up. This bait here has a curve to it, makes it a little bit silly to get this stuff. You have to bunch it up, give it some twisting and bunching, and try and get all the wrinkles out, because the mesh does have to be somewhat tight for what I'm trying to accomplish. What am I going to do with that? Little fingers ain't working very good this morning. Not very tight, but I think I could probably get away with this. With the walleye pattern, I need to get some gold on there. I'm going to get yellow as well. What a mess. Lots of stuff attached here. There. So now we have to find some gold. Oh, I didn't cover it up very good. Nice. And it's still moist in there. Dry on the tip. So I'll mix this up. What are you guys up to today? Or this evening? Because morning is almost time for bed. Well, if you're an old crow like me, in time for bed. Oh, I need white. I'm gonna shoot a little primer right over top. Pike fishing, right on. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get out this afternoon because my son's coming down this afternoon. We're gonna tear the ceiling out of my camper trailer. My camper trailer, the mice got up in the ceiling, and they're chewing all the little styrofoam up. Oh, that's not nice, right? So there's mouse turds and little white balls all through the trailer. So we're gonna remove them guys today. They must be getting in through the top. So I got to get up on top and check the vents and the air conditioner and stuff like that. A little bit more. So I've got the black paint on those baits already. Now that I have the mesh on there, as I spray everything now, the black that's under the mesh will stay there and will give me a nice scale pattern, hopefully. Now, when you're doing this part, you want to be careful not to go too thick with your paint, because if you go too thick, your mesh actually sticks to the paint sticks to the mesh, and when you peel it up, all your paint peels up in between. There's going to be like a diamond pattern, right? Like where the screen is, and as you lift up, it kind of tears the paint away. So sometimes you do not too bad if you just do light coats, but I don't need anything too crazy because this is just my primer. Empower your students to be more authentic, impactful writers. Grammarly's comprehensive. And one big one. Ooh, it's moving. Stay still. So thanks everybody for joining this morning. It's awesome. Always like when you get a few people hanging out, have a chat, watch me do this stuff. Ooh. I have a sale coming up on July 1st, Canada Day for us Canucks. So there's a Canada Day celebration in a little town not too far from here. And there's a guy bought a restaurant out there, and the municipality's not doing a Canada Day celebration. So he's kind of taking it on, and he asked if I would come out and sell some baits at his restaurant. I've never met this guy, so hopefully he's a good lad. Says he's not charging anything for the spot or whatever. So hello, brother. Good to see you again. Hey, Tim. Nice to see you back, buddy. Just back into the painting, dude. I find Saturday morning everybody is a pretty good time to do this because I end up with some actual visitors. I do usually do it a couple times through the weekend, but Saturday morning's basically my top time. I get the most friends. Trying to. Oh, I got some chunks up on the end of that airbrush. Want that cleaned off. Just it's going to impact how the paint spreads. Sometimes you get a little bit of chunks all bound up around the end of that airbrush, and I should pull that back. Pull the needle back. There, hopefully that gets the gunk off the end. Ooh, big chunk flew off. Okay, I don't know if there's enough paint in there, but we're gonna give it a shot. Some of these paints are supposed to be ready to shoot right out of the airbrush. They're not always. So I usually mix a little bit of water. I'll dump it into the side of the cup. Yeah, I just put on, I got YouTube on the laptop there, and it's just a 90s mix because I was a baby in the 90s, basically. Well, not a baby. That was my prime, the 90s. Same thing with the paint on the colored paints. I want to make sure that we don't have too thick. Same thing when you peel this stuff off, it'll rip up the paint. That's not good. So it's frustrating when you think you did a great job, then it turns out you didn't. I'm going through the gold pretty quick. Get some more in there. Hopefully that's enough. So this actual paint here, it's fairly cheap. It's Vanzeriche airbrush paint. I'm starting to invest a little bit of money from the sales back into the paints and the baits and all that stuff. So there's a few things I have to buy. So, which is why I'm on here, because I need the watch hours, I guess. That way maybe YouTube can chip in and start paying a bill. But I got a ways to go. I need a lot of watch hours. So the lives are a good way to do that. This is going to take a long time to dry because I watered it right down. I'll probably have to use the hair dryer to help heat set this. So for anybody that's tagged along here and hanging out, thank you very much. You're helping, and just by doing that, anytime you throw a comment or a like or stuff like that, it actually helps the algorithm push this stuff around. Not telling you what to do, but it'd be cool if you hit that little thumbs up thing. If not, sit there, enjoy, do your thing. I don't know how this YouTube stuff really works 100% myself, but what I'm seeing and learning so far is that's kind of how they do it. By doing the lives, it actually drives up the watch hours. Like, because there's oh my God, I just went blank. The analytics. Holy man. I wish you many watch hours. Thank you. So I'm doing this anyways. So I figure, you know what? Point a camera in my face. Whoever watches, watches. Sometimes we get into some pretty interesting conversations on here. Somebody called me Peckerwood last weekend, which was which it made me laugh. I actually laughed all week because of it. It was pretty funny. He had some good chat. So what this does is it actually helps that paint dry real quick and sets it, stops it from running a little bit too, which it kind of did on this one a little bit. Not not the result I was looking for 100%, but I can work with it. Sometimes if the paint peels up and whatever, you can go back after the fact and add like scars and scrapes and scabs and stuff to the bait. Just, they're fun. I'm probably going to do that anyways on these because I have enough just plain colored. Going through the gold, I'm not going to have much gold left here soon. I'm not going to thin that one. We'll see if it'll shoot. Do one with blue top and orange bottom. Orange top and blue bottom. I can do that. I'm going to finish these off first, though. That's all right. I already got my mesh on there. What is that paint toxic? Actually, this stuff is not. This stuff, I hope it's not. It says don't drink it. Sometimes I wear a mask, but most times I don't. Especially if I'm doing like a live, I won't wear a mask. There is some paints. These are all water-based. I won't wear a mask if I'm using the water-based stuff. But if I get into, like I got this chrome stuff right here. When I shoot that, this little bottle is like $50. When I shoot that stuff, it's just fills the room. I will keep that in mind when I'm thirsty. Careful. When I do this stuff in the evening, I'm usually taking care of the thirst with some other stuff. But this is just coffee this morning. But hydration is important.
Empowering students to be more authentic, impactful writers with Getteny's comprehensive AI writing assistance. This empowers students to brainstorm better ideas before they write. Document their writing process. Check for plagiarism and AI generated outputs. Cite sources correctly. Get real-time feedback. Here's from a former CIO Wharton Business School.
I do have a little fan up there. It's not plugged in, but it's a good tip, Tim. I will implement that. I did have a booth and everything made up with like a filter in behind, and that fan would kind of pull the paint away from me. This isn't real bad. I don't have the air pressure up real high, so it's not really atomizing the paint a lot. But I will put that fan on in a minute. I'm just going to get this gold on there before. I think that's actually pretty good. Let's get the fan going. It's not a bad idea. I'm not clear coating. There. Let's do that and see what happens. There. I can feel that actually right on the back of my head. Gurney Hudson. Hey, Gurney, how's it going? We're painting up some baits this morning. We're going for walleye pattern. Muskie season up here in Northern Ontario is going to be opening soon. I want to make sure to have a few muskie baits. Well, I got quite a few muskie baits ready to go. However, can never have enough ready. Second somebody wants one. GM, bro. It's 5:46 for me. 5:46. Where am I? I'm 6:46 a.m. We had a guy in Hong Kong that was. Hey, Russ. Awesome. Thanks, man. That helps a lot. I need the subs and the views and all that fun stuff. I'm trying to get this old channel monetized because I'd love to be able to do. I'd love to do some giveaways and stuff on like a larger scale. I do, like when I go down to the waterfront, I'll throw a bait here or there. If I see actually seen a kid last weekend fishing off the culvert for brook trout just up the road. So I usually throw a few baits in the truck, and when I go by, and just, hey, what are you using? Try this. Man, I just want animals to chill and have the best lives they can. Why would you even catch or kill them? Because I can't get a broccoli to bite. I've tried. I've thrown lures out in the garden. They will not bite. Like, I almost caught a carrot once, but didn't work. Nice. I'm going short-nosed gar fishing today. Nice. 6:46 in southern Indiana. Oh, I have a metallic black we're going to try. What's this? That's licorice. I had a metallic black that would be nice to go right over top of this for some highlights. Why would I kill a fish? Because they're slimy when you eat them alive. I looked for this bottle of paint last weekend, and I looked everywhere for it. Now when I don't need it, it's sitting right there. Beauty. Do I sell your baits? I do sell my baits. Most times I sell them just on site. Bait shops locally here buy my stuff. I have a sale coming up at like a Canada Day event. Somebody asked me to be a vendor there, so I'm going to do that. I am in the process of setting up the website, but I am very, very, very not technically smart. So it's a little while coming, but sushi. Anyways, yeah, I do have a website I'm working on. It's kind of a work in progress right now. It's gettenanyoutdoors.com. Gettenanyoutdoors.com. So I do have a few baits on there. I think I do. I'm kind of refurbishing the whole site because it was terrible. And I'm just trying to, I had too many t-shirts and crap like that on there. And nobody wants to buy a t-shirt from a guy that makes baits. Oh, I need that. If you're looking at the baits and stuff, you find my Instagram or find me on Facebook, same name. There's lots of, I'm fairly active there. I'll sell them through a marketplace and whatever. And then when somebody wants to buy them from a distance, where I work is a canoe factory, and we ship out lots of stuff through our shipping department at the canoe factory. So I get our shipping lady to throw my lures in a bucket and mail them off to whoever wants to buy them. So if anybody is serious about buying my stuff, I'll get them to you. Most people, though, they, hey, do you sell those? And you don't hear much from them, which is fine. What fish would you target with these baits? These baits are for muskie. So muskie season's opening up here in Northern Ontario, I think next weekend. So the muskie guys will be out in full force. And that's why I want to have a bunch of muskie baits at this event next weekend, because it's the opener. And where the event is right on the edge of one of our provincial parks. So there's 2 lakes that are really good muskie lakes in the area. I've only caught one muskie in my life, and he wasn't much bigger than this bait. But the guy that was here yesterday, he's bought plenty of my baits. But that's basically what they look like when they're finished. Like not this color, but musky fish, cast fish is the only one. Yes, fish of 10,000 casts. That's what they call them. I'm not really set up well for fishing for muskie because I kind of just got into it a little bit, and I have to buy myself a little bit of gear. I have plenty of baits to throw, but I don't have a good reel or a rod for muskie. I am getting into some larger muskie bucktails that I'm making too, so we're going to be putting some stuff on here. I'll show you. I'll give you guys a sneak peek what I'm up to. I had to pick up some white resin today, some quick drying stuff. I'm going to have the skirt. So there's going to be a bunch of skirt, treble hook down here, some beads. But I'm going to paint some of these. I took an old lure and I tore all the hook hangers off and stuff, and I made a mold, which is here somewhere. And I can make these. So I can make a pile of these. And this is just I'm going to paint it to either be a sunfish or a crappie. And then this is going to be on the wire, and it's just going to spin, hopefully. that's the plan, is have this just spinning around in circles. And yeah, but I have to order all the stuff, all the other parts overseas, because to get them here in North America, each blade is like $3 to get it here. I just bought my first rod and reel, not the best, but something to start with. Shimano rod and Passifun reel. Shimano makes good stuff. And I use, actually, one of the rods I use the most, I bought at a yard sale. It was just the Shakespeare, not an ugly stick, just the Shakespeare. It was silver. It has a cork handle. I use it all the time. I am an ugly stick guy, though. I love the ugly stick. But to get into what's going on here? The DJ quit. Let's go. mean, DJ. Yeah, so I got to get myself some musky gear. My son really wants to get involved, which means I have to buy lots of musky gear. It's weird how I'm so good at topwater gar fishing. Just put a worm on a small treble hook, a split shot weight about 9 inches up the line, and drop right in front of them and set the hook. Right on. New Guinea. Hey, welcome from New Guinea. Awesome. I love when just people pop up from somewhere on the globe. It's great. This is an awesome way for me to learn about places and stuff. You're from Australia. G'day, mate. Wisconsin here. So we got Wisconsin. I had Hong Kong, Australia, and Papua New Guinea. I'm going to start writing these places on the wall. I have a big chunk of plywood. Oh, yeah. Oh, here's a pencil. I'm going to write Australia, A-U-S-T. Oh, how did you spell that? Oh, it's gone. O-N-G. And we got Florida, Missouri, Wisconsin. Right on. Hayward, Wisconsin, muskie capital. Yeah, you guys have some dandy muskie in Wisconsin. That is for sure. Pablo, Indiana. Yeah, I got to get Indiana on there. I-N-D-I-A-N-A, Indiana. Mary girl, you have a blessed day too. I got another one there. Pablo something. Oh, Pablo Imperial. I had Russia last week. I had, what else did I have? I had Hong Kong, HK. I have Indonesia. I had Brazil. Every time I get a new country, I'm going to stick it on that wall over there. You guys started something today? Oh, mosquitoes. Where's that guy that doesn't want me killing animals? He can come catch this guy and get him outside. Okay, so the black is all done. So I think actually all the colors are done on these. It's time to peel off the garlic covering stuff. That's all these are, is when you buy garlic at the grocery store. This is what they stick the garlic in. I like it because it's stretchy. A longtime friend of mine owns Spanky Baits. He makes bucktails. Spanky Baits. Yeah, we have a guy up here in two of them in Northern Ontario. The biggest one is Black Fly Lures. He's the biggest guy in our area. I have not tried saltwater fishing. It's on my list. I have never been outside of the country I live in, which is Canada. However, I am getting my passport right now, and I do want to, let's do the unveil on this here. I do want to get around and do some saltwater stuff. Yeah, so that's what we were hoping would happen. Hey Carter, the lure I'm making, this is just going to be a musky swim bait. I do have a large 10-inch musky jake here. Our musky season's opening up pretty much as we speak, within the next week or two. And my musky guys will be coming out of the woodwork here soon, looking for stuff. and I have a sale coming up, so I want to make sure that I'm prepared. Sometimes these things get loose and fall off. I crush them with the vice grip. It doesn't make any difference. They still fall off steady. I'm going to do the unveil on this thing too. Okay. I'm going to get all these little clips off there. We'll try and get the old unveil going this way. This one might not show up so well because it's got a scale pattern built right into it. So much for that. But it does have a scale pattern on it. Now it has the black scales underneath. So it will have a texture of scales and it'll have an appearance of scales. I'll take it. So how much do you think you have invested? You don't even want to know. How much I've invested, how much I've recouped? Those numbers are scary. My financial advisor's not here, so she's at work. I don't really do this to make a ton of money. If I recoup my costs, that's about all I'm looking for. Poppy, Playtime, and Sparkle Vids. Hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day. I would say, well, I'll give you some insight into it. These blanks cost about $7.50 a piece to buy. You paint them up, whatever, put all the gear and stuff on there. Every hook that goes on this, there's 3 of them. Every split ring costs $1. Every hook costs $1.50 for the 5/0 mustads. That's about what it costs by the time I get them here. So I'm about 11 or 12 bucks in hardware. Then you stick paint, clear coat, all that fun stuff on here. You're probably close to 15 bucks into this bait. And if you sell it for 35 bucks, that's about what you get. Canadian, these are Canadian dollars. That's what I'm pretty much happy with. I don't want to charge too much for stuff. So if I get my money back and whatever, but I do this to keep my brain in a decent spot. So that is why I do this. But overall cost, I'm probably a couple $1,000 in. However, I do have an Iwata airbrush here somewhere at the Iwata Eclipse. No idea where I put it because I use this stupid thing. Doesn't even have a name on it, but I do have the box. Timberline. That's a Timberline airbrush. I think it was about 40 bucks for this airbrush. I love them. They're a fantastic little airbrush. They're not crazy great for fine detail, but I don't do a lot of fine crazy detail. I'm not a good enough painter to be doing the fine detail stuff. Because I make baits, I'm not an artist, right? But there are some people that it's amazing. How often do I go live? I'm still playing around with the live. I hear you there, Tim. Everybody's got their hurdles, man. Everybody's got their cross to bear. I didn't even do this stuff. Gary, how's it going? Welcome to the show. Yeah. I go live. I got a couple questions coming here. I go live every Saturday morning. Saturday morning works really good for me because it's probably the most busy, and it's a good investment of effort going out, return coming in. Usually a couple times on a weekend though, either late in the evening or early in the morning. Saturday mornings are awesome. Us old guys need their Saturday morning cartoons, so here I am. But back to the anxiety thing. I had something in 2020 happen to my family that was terrible. Like a parent's worst nightmare. I'll leave it at that. And if you're not careful, that stuff will consume you. So I've had a lot of anger and sadness and stuff. So this here, I find I can't be negative if I'm in a creative mindset. So that's why I'm down here creating baits. And honestly, I don't care if I make 10 cents doing this because it keeps me right ahead. So here we are. This one's not going to do the great reveal. It's too bad that vegetarian or animal not herder guy ain't still around. He was could have been fun. Oh, it is working. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. This is actually pretty good. This is about the first time it hasn't all peeled up, but there's a little bit of a flaky up here. However, that's good. Going striper fishing in a couple of minutes. I have anxiety myself and fish to help with that. Right on. Built in 79. I am going to stay creative, sir. Or ma'am, whoever you are, I will stay creative because I actually enjoy this part of life now. It's fun and interacting with people. It's great. It's great. It's good for me because if I can make somebody smile or laugh, that's kind of my I'm thinking about doing what you're doing down here in Southern Indiana. It's awesome, man. How often do I go live? I try and do it. I'm going to be doing it Saturday mornings. That's my best time. Sometimes in the evening, I'll sit down and have a different style of beverage, not just a coffee, but we sit down here and change the music to whatever. And Saturday mornings, on the weekends, I'm fairly active with this stuff. But moving forward, definitely Saturday mornings, maybe Sunday evenings as well. So we'll try that. But Tim, it worked for me, man. I'm telling you, I've had some dark days, dude. Like everybody's got their demons and stuff, but this keeps mine right out of the way. And I've learned so much about myself by doing this stuff. I put myself out there. Like I have some videos with the canoe stuff that I do at work. Like I'm a production manager at a canoe factory, and just being creative and positive, even if you're pretending to be positive, it does impact you. What time is it where you are? Marcel? It is 7:08 a.m. I'm writing everybody's location on my wall here. Whereabouts are you? This is how I'm going to track where people are from. So, yeah. Anyways, back to my sob story crap. Even if you're pretending to be positive, Canada, me too. Welcome, eh? Whereabouts in Canada? I'm just outside of North Bay, Ontario. Right now we're painting up some musky baits. Well, right now we're chatting, but what do I need? I need some gold. I need more gold because I'm going to do I get to go to my favorite place for 4 weeks, and I'm really excited. Maple syrup. Woodstock. Hey, yeah, okay. I've been there. Well, went back there back in the day, back when I was a young buck. Went to a competition down there for something. Woodstock, yeah. Yeah, you're about 5.5 hours from me. Get to go to my favorite place in 4 weeks, and I'm really excited. Well, Gurney Hudson, you enjoy your favorite place. I better rate Woodstock. Woodstock. Made the wall. I would love to be able to live where you live. Smallmouth is my favorite fish. Smallmouth, actually Lake Nipissing. It's a little bit of a controversial fishery here in North Bay, for reasons that every community has, basically. But it is one of the best smallmouth lakes in the world. Like we have a place, I don't know what you call it. It's a nun house where the nuns live there. Right. You fish Champlain Lake, like in Mattawa. I mean, not Mattawa. That direction though. Eric, hey Eric, nice seeing you back. Champlain Lake. I fished it once with my cousin Jason. Awesome, Tim. Good luck getting into it. And if you do get into this stuff, start small. Cheap airbrush. You can get these blanks. If you're in the US, the name of the guy you're going to want to talk to. Shipping kills us up here right now. He's got a pretty interesting name of his lure company. It's called Sugar Tit Custom Baits. His name is Shane Graham. Awesome guy, excellent service, and he has a really good selection of baits. That name is Sugar Tit Custom Lures. I remember when I got my first package from them. My wife cornered me at the kitchen table, and she goes, "Got a question for you." I said, "What's that, my dear?" She goes, "Who is Sugar Tits, and why did you send them $200?" So I was like, "Well, you're probably not going to believe this, but I buy fishing lures from that place." And bro smoking the wacky. This bro's not smoking the wacky, but maybe it comes off that way. Have you heard of Rover Baits? They're always sold out. Rover Baits. I have not heard of Rover Baits. I'll check into them though. It's always good to see what other people are doing. So all I'm doing is painting the head a little more solid color so that we have only the scales down the body. Rover Baits. Yeah, there's some guys out there. I do sell them. Mostly in person because I haven't got the online thing quite nailed down. I do have a website, gettenanyoutdoors.com. Gettenanyoutdoors.com, same as the channel name. I can be messaged through there. I also sell them through Instagram, Facebook, Marketplace. But right now, all I'm doing is I'm prepping for a popper or two. I have a popper going on Turner this afternoon. Oh, you topwater guy. Check these out. I have Venmo and PayPal. I do some of these size of poppers. I do have some smaller ones too. Topwater. What do we got topwater? That's got to be clear coated yet. Topwater. I got a little chipmunk. He's got to be clear coated yet. And this one I'm excited for. I don't know where the blades are. This here is going to be like a little baby loon. Dylan, how's it going? So this one I'm excited for. I don't even know if I'll ever sell this one. It's going to be cool. It's going to be a crawler blade. So it's going to have a wing out each side. And it's a plop, 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 plop. I do ship through work. Like 1/4 to 3/8 in weight. I'll have a scale here. Let's see how heavy. Loon color for the win. I know. I love it. I love it. Look at that sucker, eh? She's a dandy. Needs clear coat, so I don't want to handle it too much, but it's a beauty. I don't even know how much this heavy old sucker is. What'd you say? 1/4 to 3/8. Oh, better get that off there. Got a zero out. It's 40 grams. I need to change that to ounce. It's actually 1.4 ounces, so it's pretty big. Over 1 ounce. Yes, 1.4. I do have some smaller stuff, just not here. I got to paint, man. I got to paint here. But if you check out, I heard rattlers drive the bass crazy. Yeah, there's lots of that. There's going to be. I got to finish those off too. I got a few more sunfish patterns I got to do. I'll show you some of the other ones I've got clear coated. Let's go through. Can you make a cool crankbait? I probably can. I got this big swim bait, big sunfish. Look how shiny that clear coat is. That stuff is awesome, the clear coat. Soft tail. Got some perch, we do. What else we got in here? That's basically it. A rat. I do have some mice here somewhere. Little crappy crankbait. Square bills, eh? Square bills. I'll get that out of the way here. Square bill. What do we got for a square bill? Oh, yeah, that's my wife's crossbow. The Excalibur in the back. It's a little square bill. Sunfish pattern. Yeah, that's my wife's crossbow. I use a compound. I like the compound better, but she likes crossbow because she can't hold it full draw very long. So the crossbow works really well for her. For me, do you have any lipless crankbaits? Actually, the lipless crankbait I love the most are these. These are wood. Blowfish, probably bowfish, right? Yeah, in Ontario, we don't have a very good bow fishing season. I think we're allowed to bowfish for, I think carp and whitefish is the only bow fishing we can do here. This is a lipless crankbait I make. I do carve them out of wood, but I have to pick up some lead to get them in the lead in the belly, because we do some wooden baits. This is going to be a big lipless crank. So line tie will be here. Yeah, well, you know, a lipless crankbait. But these small ones, they actually swim really good. The wooden ones, actually, the very first bait I ever made, I have it right here. This is the one that started it all. Okay, don't laugh at the paint job, because this was back when I was horrible. This made of wood, lipless crankbait. I'll tell you the story on this. My buddy who I fish with all the time, Steve, you may see him popping up on the channel when we get out fishing. We're going to be doing a little bit of stuff together. I built this 100% without him knowing about it, because he was just going to bust my balls about it anyhow. And we went fishing, and the fishing sucked, right? It just seemed like the fish turned off. I'm like, well, I'm going to throw this thing around, see what it does. And you see the paint missing off the tail? In the next 4 or 5 casts, I caught 3 pike. Everything was over 5 pounds, which was awesome. And a walleye that was probably 3.5, maybe even 4 pounds. It was a fantastic day. After the walleye, and then my probably the second pike, he's like, "What are you doing? What the hell are you throwing?" I said, "This. I made this." I was like, "Get out of here!" So yeah, but yeah, that was my first little attempt at airbrushing. And I hang it up here because I never want to lose it. I want my kids someday, if I do a decent job of this, I want them to argue over who gets that when I croak. But now, I do need a white tip on the tails on these. So we better get to that. Photograph. That's not white, that's primer. This is white. Which white do I want? Let's go with a brilliant whitetail. Now, this is just a cheap craft paint that you get from Walmart. Oh, and is it chunky? This is going to drive me into fits. This is going to come out chunky and lumpy and probably have me swearing. I'll keep my swearing PG because we're getting some quite a few people kicking around. Kiwi Mango. Hi, Kiwi Mango. I'm writing the name of the places where people are from on the wall behind the camera. Where are you from, dude? Murray, bro. How? Oh, I better get the gold out of there. Just have a bucket of water down there that I used to. Oakville, Wisconsin. Hey, I got a Wisconsin. You're the second Wisconsinite here this morning. Oakville. I did some work in Oakville. Oakville. O-A-K-ville. I've done some work in Oakville. Yep. Oakville, Ontario. I'm Northern Ontario. I'm just outside of North Bay. Napanee, Ontario. What's my favorite bait to make? When it comes to making the baits, from Russia with love. Awesome. I had Russia last week too. I had 2 people from Russia, and I love how that's all translated because there's some interesting alphabet in Russia. What's my favorite bait to make? We're gonna go back to that lipless crankbait. I love making Ohio Kiwi Mango Ohio. I'll write that on the wall. The lipless crankbait. I love making these. It's such a challenge because you have to drill holes in the bottom, melt lead, dump it in there, get the hook hanger, line tie, and all that stuff, and the perfect spot to make it swim. Wooden baits are my favorite by far. Fishy fingered Jackson. So that's what my nickname was in high school, Fish Fingers. Can't tell you why. So walleye all have a white tip on the tail. Ooh. Good morning, fishy fingers. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for showing up, joining in. Just having a little bit of fun here this morning. Painting a couple of walleye pattern musky baits.
How are your students to be more authentic and
Every time you bring them, so how would that look when it swims? Which, this one? This would just swim like a regular, kind of like an X-Wrap. This guy here, this is actually a pretty cool blank. See you later, Kiwi. This one here has 2 line ties, so you can have like 8 to 10 feet kind of thing. If you tie here, if you tie there, it lengthens the bill, and you're going to get probably 15 to 18 feet of dive on this. This is a believer blank, so it's the only place I can find them is from my friend Sugar Tit. Kiwi Mango, enjoy your day, dude. Thanks for joining in. Hope to see you again. We'll have a chat. Has there ever been a bait you were super excited to use and it didn't work? Yes. Lots of them. Lots of them. Man, do I even have any? You hit that with the wooden baits a lot. Yeah, I do sell some of them, dude. I started off doing this just for the mental aspect, give my brain a little break from the bullshitting world, right? Try a purple worm, you will be very satisfied. Edward Mismus. A purple worm. I don't do soft baits. Haven't done them yet. I'm looking to. Probably going to get into that maybe this winter. I have a lot of big plans coming up. This is fun. I enjoy doing it. What are we going to do, right? I need to get, well, the wooden ones, you have to do pretty much everything right. You have to do everything right, and you also have to get very lucky. I've done some of these where you do everything exact, well, as close to exact the same as you can. But wood is so different, even if you're cutting your pieces out of the same chunk of wood, like out of one solid piece, this piece will behave differently than this piece in the water. So everyone has to be just tweaked and finessed its own way. It's a challenge, which is part of the reason why it's awesome to do. Right now, I got to cut a gill plate for these things. So I need some paper. I'm going to use this one here because I already got clear coat on it. I better move that. So if anybody hasn't been shouting out where they're from, I'm putting the names on the wall here. You guys let me know where you're from, and we will stick it on the wall. I have a Murray bro. No one subs. All right. When I'm done my live, I'll find you. Actually, Murray bro, you sub to me, I sub to you. How's that? That way I can find you easy. North Carolina. We'll put it the old NC. Put that up there. BR Outdoors. How's it going? Thanks for popping in and seeing what we're up to this morning. It's a little bit big. A few viewers, Cleveland, OHIO. Do you feel happy with yourself when you make lures? I make lures for me. And I sub Gettenany. Thanks, Desperito. Good name. Yes, making baits does make me happy. Happiness is small windows in the world, right? What size are you from? Oh my God, the paint getting to me. What state are you from? I'm actually a Canuck. I'm north of the border. I'm your 51st state. Yes, sir. Have any tips for me? Because I'm going to set some limb line for. I've never done that. If I had tips on catfishing, I would definitely share them. Get out there and swing, man. I guess that's about it. Murray, you just have to keep posting and post the same day every week. Murray, you just keep marching forward. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. As long as you're having fun doing it, don't force it. That's the best advice I can do. If you're having fun doing it, it doesn't matter if anybody's subscribing. It took me forever to get to 100 subscribers. That was my goal. If I can get to 100 subscribers, happy with the world with it, right? And it happens. Where do you sell your baits? My baits, I sell them. I have a website, gettenanyoutdoors.com. There's some on there. I don't have it set up very good, but I'm working on it. It's in progress. It's under construction. We're working on it. Sub from Louisiana. Ha ha. See you, Marcel. Louisiana. Hello. My pencil. Louisiana. Welcome, Mr. Louisiana. BR Outdoors. Okay. I'm going to. So we're cutting a bill. I have a YouTube channel. I got 10 people. All right. Engaging with guys like this is how you build a community, because that's kind of what it's turning into, is a little bit of a community. We're having fun. Yeah. So build your community. I started with aiming for 100 subscribers. I hit that number, and then 310 man Ruth. Good morning. Yeah. So if you're chasing subscribers, just consistently put out videos. When people are bored, they sit down and watch stuff. The challenge of getting it perfect does not keep me going. Yeah, I think the whole video game thing is, some people are wicked successful with it, and it kind of gives everybody the idea that I'm going to do the same thing and it's going to work for me. That I don't think that's going to happen. I think you have to you have to be you, right? So unless you're doing something unique to stand out from the crowd, because whoever's got that right there, that guy's comment, Fishy Fingers Jackson, that's exactly it. So as you talk to people, ask them, hey man, would love a subscription, blah, yada, yada, all that stuff. Ask for subscriptions. I'm at the point now where I have the minimum subscriptions for monetization. Murray Fishing, how's it going, brother? I have the minimum subscribers I need. They all help. The watch hours is what I'm aiming for, because right now my goal is the monetization aspect, so I can just give stuff like this away. If YouTube's going to pay me, the price of these things are going way down. I promise you that. I'm not in this to make money. I'm in this to put out, have fun. Just have fun. That's all I'm after. Ooh, I think I like that. So I cut this little lip here to go around that bill. Now I just got to prune the top of that to match a little better. And now I have my yeah, I can't either. I'm Mr. Inconsistent. But when you get on here and you're getting interactions, see you later, Gurney. When you get your interactions, engage, enjoy. Some of the best times I've had on here, like this one's awesome. This one is probably the icing on the cake one. Some of the best lives I've done, I only had maybe 200 people throughout the entire thing. And we get into some interesting chats. It's all about having fun, right? So if you can get people engaged and get them talking, like that's what we're doing right now, right? Hey, Dylan, thanks for joining in. We're into some philosophical YouTube talk now. Now I have that cut for that bill, but I'm too high. Not high, but too high up. Hunter Starnes, what's up, man? Not much, dude. Just making some baits.
Site sources correctly. Get real-time feedback.
We're making baits and we're talking YouTube. How to 2 vids. Just put your stuff out there, dude, and you'll see what happens. It's all a crapshoot anyways. Like, you know. Leland S. Hi, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic, dandy day. Okay, so I have this. Is there a way that we can buy your baits? Let's try the old, oh my God, the old website. If you find gettenanyoutdoors.com, I have some stuff on there. I'm working on the site. I'm hoping to get it running seamlessly, but I'm not an IT kind of dude. Oh, right there. Oh, perfect. That's what I want right there. But you know what I just did? I just cut the wrong side out. What a dummy. I need the opposite of that. Look at this. We got guys from Wisconsin meeting up. I think we just made up a new fishing team here, guys. That's friggin' awesome. That's what I needed. I needed that cut out. Oh, I still don't have the tip on it. What a moron. Me. Moron. Imagine that. It's awesome, guys. You guys run. You guys run with this. It's a blast. I don't even know. You guys are all so close to each other. Just go outside and start talking. You'll hear each other. It's awesome. All you Wisconsins. See if this fits. Right on. I've traded some pretty interesting stuff for baits. Greatest trade I ever seen though in my life wasn't for baits. It was actually for moose meat. I was working in Toronto with my Uncle John, and we were making like films, not the X-rated films, regular films. He worked on movie sets, and we are coming north to go moose hunting, right? You ever, bud? And anyways, there was a girl that was working there, and she was from the north originally too, right? And she's like, "Where are you guys off to?" We're going moose hunting. My Uncle John, absolute horn dog, right? he would screw a rip in a fur blanket. Anyways, this girl goes, "Oh, you don't know what I do for moose meat." And he's like, "Really? What would you do for moose meat?" Well, I seen him trade a gobble for some moose steaks. What a man! What a man! He's not here anymore, so I don't feel so bad putting his business out there. Good dude though. Miss him dearly. Yeah, no shit. Bargaining skills galore. I can't even get that trade with my own wife. And she likes moose meat. But oh well. Oh well, what are you gonna do, right? That'll work. That clear coat on the table here and there's little bubbles and causes this to all tip over, and this next step is again, I want to thank everybody for being here this morning. This is my biggest live I've ever done. Like, we're at 50 right now. Hey Marcel, welcome back, dude. This is the biggest live I've done. I'm stoked. So whoever was looking for hints on YouTube, hey man, just throw it out there. You never know. Hey Frank. Yeah, actually, we're just screwing around here this morning. This is a pretty big chat today. Actually, we have. I think I have half of the state of Wisconsin here. Hey Kevin, good morning. Yeah, the Wisconsin gang are representing very, very hard this morning. I still can't find your channel, bud. Yeah, I don't know who that guy was, but he was, hey, New York. Oh, I didn't have a New York on there yet. And why? I'm writing the names. If anybody hasn't heard me jabber about it yet, I'm writing the names of where you are from on the wall behind me. I got a little bit of white where I don't want it. So this is a dangerous game, trying to get the overspray of the white off without tearing up the paint. That'll do. I'm after big old bass. Good job being after big old bass. Oh, I got to get a little bit of white on here. I'm after big old gar. Go get them, boys. Go get them. Get them gar. Get them big old bass. $50 people here and only 29. Like, you guys should be ashamed. You guys, it's all right, Tim. They don't have to like. I have 50 people. Holy shit. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for joining in today. You guys have no idea how awesome this makes me feel this morning. You guys have made my day. You have made my week. Those 29 are from Wisconsin. They probably are. Wisconsin showing up strong. I love it. I hate bullheads.
your students to be more authentic, impactful writers with Grammarly's comprehensive AI writing assistance. Use it to help students brainstorm better ideas before they write.
Fishy fingers? Thanks. Full heads are horrible.
Check for placement.
Okay. Got to get back into some black paint there.
Site sources for backload. Get real-time feedback.
I don't think you're talking to me, Marcel, because you didn't go to, maybe you are. I went to Omagwin. That's where I went to high school, if you're asking me. But if you're asking those other guys, shout them out.
It's not just a grammar.
I'm not writing where you went to high school on the wall because my wall's only so big.
Download Grammarly.
Paint up something pretty. I'm trying to paint up something pretty. Every day I'm trying to paint up something pretty. Some days they turn out pretty. Some days they turn out not pretty. What the heck is going on there? Trying to get the old music to play, and they got just YouTube playing in the back on the laptop. Got to keep it kind of down because YouTube's always like, hey, that's copyright. That's copyright, even though it's just background noise. Which sucks because if they give you a copyright, you can't use that particular thing for monetizing, which sucks. Now, in order to get a black outline on that, what I find, as long as the paint's dry, I'm going to hold this one when I do it. Every bait I have, it seems like, sorry, got distracted. It seems like I always have something just laying around that makes an excellent stencil. And on this one here, as long as it's dry, I find if I squish my thumb down on top of it, that gives me the stencil I want for that. And I also get to paint my nails for Pride Month. We're not talking Pride Month, we're talking Mental Health Month. That's where we're at. Helping each other get through our YouTube highs and lows. And we're also the high school reunion for the state of Wisconsin today. I'm glad I could bring all you Wisconsinites together and you could have a nice chat, hook up where you are from and where you is fishing, and you're probably going to bump into each other this afternoon. So my thumb worked great for that one. Oh, doing the pride fingers. So, yeah, probably not doing a pride bait. Probably not. Unless somebody buys one, then whatever. I don't care. What a lovely shade of fingernail polish. Oh, sometimes they're blue, green, trout pattern. Oh, missed it. That one there is a little tough because he's small. What is the website called? My website is same as the channel, gettenanyoutdoors.com. If you can't find what you're looking for there, you can shoot messages through there. I do get them. I will respond. I respond to everybody that reaches out to me, whether it's through the YouTube, my Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. If you reach out, oh, we transitioned, baby. We transitioned. We'll get some on the baits. We will get some on the baits. Promise. This one's going to be the tricky one. I am making a walleye pattern. Jake, musky season is right around the corner. Easy, Frank. We're outnumbered, buddy. Easy. We are severely outnumbered. It's like 15 guys from Wisconsin here. It's hilarious. And out of those 15, somebody's bound to be a bad mother jamma, dude. Like a drag queen's closet. Oh, with all the flashaboo and stuff. Eh? Yeah, I bet. I keep mine all locked in the center console of my truck. Kevin, you paint lures as well. Awesome. What style of baits do you paint? Kind of the number one thing that seems to happen for me is like musky repaints. This guy wanted orange and black, but musky repaints up here in Northern Ontario is big. Yeah, they're having a fun time up here though. Jerk baits. Yeah, I've got a few jerk baits right here. These have to go for clear coat yet. I painted these up last weekend. Kevin, if he paints baits, he paints his nails. That's simple. But I'll stick up for any bait maker that paints his nails. Hey, spinner baits catch big bass as well. Woo! Yep. Yeah, I know he definitely paints baits. Hey, it kind of comes off, right? Where do we order? This is a work in progress. My whole website dealy. I'm working on it right now. I got the Wisconsin State reunion here. Gettenanyoutdoors.com or check out Gettenany Outdoors Baits on Instagram. It'll probably take a little bit of work back and forth to be able to get you what you're looking for. But if you send me I got clear coat. I'm trying to knock off the table. If you send me a message, tell me what you're looking for. I'll send you some pictures of what I have in that style. So like the guy that wanted the square bill, like the square bill cranks, I'll send you pictures of what I have for square bills. If you're into musky stuff, I'll take pictures of the larger musky baits, send them. I like to catch pike also. Absolutely catch pike. I love catching pike. I am trying to figure something out though. I'm going to share my inquiring mind with you guys. There's enough of you guys from Wisconsin and musky country. This bait, this is a repaint. I just got it all stripped down for somebody with a dent. This here is a particular bait I've been asked 3 or 4 times to try and make. I've carved them out of wood. They don't work out of wood. This is some kind of epoxy. I've yet to accomplish duplicating this lure. This thing here is called any guesses? Sledgehammer. This is the 10-inch sledgehammer. I'm trying to figure out a way to cast a mold because I kind of got successful with my mold casting. I made a mold out of that. I don't know where I threw the result, but this isn't the same one, but It's the same result. So I made that out of magic resin, which is, we put that in the water, does that. So I got to find a resin with some micro balloons when I make my musky bucktails. I ordered some stuff. I got about 100 of these things made up for the musky bucktails. I have people looking for the musky bucktails, and I really want to get them underway. So I ordered the stuff from overseas. It's taking forever to get here. I want a smaller bass lure. Smaller bass lure. We get into these ones. This size here. This size here is a nice size. It's not big. It's about as big as that. Oh, I'll show you something else I did. I sold all these. This is a mold I made. Looks like a fleshlight. It's a Ninja Turtle. Oh, you can't even see it. Never mind. Never mind. Can't see in there. Anyways. I'll go with a little moss green over top of the white there. What have I got in here? Black. Can't go black on top of that. Oh, I paused it. There we go. Hey, Gurney. That stuff stuck to my feet. My dad is obsessed over Ninja Turtles. Yeah, one of the guys at work, he's got 4 cousins. I guess when they were little, they pretended they were Ninja Turtles. So I bought Leonardo, and I made a casted lure. See you, Tim. I'm going to be logging off before long too. As soon as I'm done painting a little moss green on these here, we're going to take off as well. I have some assignments for my wife today, and I got this little bit of time for myself. Your dad loves Raphael. Yeah, I had to make one of each, which it kind of worked out. I'm probably going to make some more, but probably not till next winter. Or KBD. Kevin Van Dam, 1.5. I don't know what size I have. Try glass with resin too. Yeah, I do have some micro balloons. I haven't been very successful with them yet, but that is the direction I've been playing. Now that I use Monday service, AI Murray Fishing. Everything I do, you can kind of track down through gettenanyoutdoors.com. Message direct through a comment on the YouTube here. Facebook. How about that guy from Canada just caught a pike on his YouTube play button? Didn't see it. But yeah, find me on Instagram, Facebook, all in Gettenany Outdoors. If you type in Gettenany Outdoors, Gettenany Outdoors, you'll trample across me eventually. And then just shoot me a message and tell me what you're looking for, and I will send you pictures of what I have in that style, and we'll get you going. Real LA Kelly. Do you make lures with a certain bouncer, or just make sure that they don't sink? I made a small Rapala style lure with near neutral, so it floated back up. With the wood baits, that's something I have a very hard time is getting them to stay down. Basically, weight, weight in the right spots actually make a big difference. When you're coming down to your resin poured stuff, I don't have anything really here right now. What kind of wood do I use? That is cedar. That is, I don't know. It's a wood dowel from Home Depot. The very first bait I ever made, right here, was made out of a chunk of a skid that came in at work. It was just a pallet. I have no idea what it was made of. Favorite bait of all time, right there, my very first one. It's easy to make them sink, but not very smart. Go eat breakfast, Omni Spino guy. I'm going to have to do the same thing myself here shortly. Getting the wood baits to be kind of neutrally buoyant is very, very tricky. I think it's pine. I did buy some poplar. This is actually poplar from Home Depot. It's pretty good. Square nuts inserted into the lure. Yeah, that would probably work. I have some acorn nuts here somewhere too, but lead. I use lead. Works the best, easiest to melt down, dump in the bottom. Poplar works pretty good though, Frank. The only thing I do find is it's a little tough to carve. Sand's nice. You don't remove too much material when you're sanding it down. So as you're sanding it down, it's probably one of the better baits for sanding. You can slowly transition it into the shape that you want. But we're not doing that. Okay, I'm going to let all of this cure. By that I mean whatever the paint's going to do from here forward. Sometimes it off gases. You use cedar, yes, cedar. That's what this is, red cedar. It's fairly light. Takes a lot of lead to make it sink. But also something I'm not a big fan of with cedar. With cedar is the grain. If you just coat that, I find the grain of the wood pops through the paint. Yeah, so you can see the grain through the paint if you're not careful. So what I use to seal this stuff is right here. It's spar urethane. Do a couple of coats of that, then sand it down, coat, sand it down, and then you shouldn't be able to see the lines through it unless you're making a bait where you want to see the wood. I do some Canadian flag baits like that. Makes it ipso facto not too bad. Well, I'm not going to paint any more on these today. I'm going to hang these up, let the paint off gas. That way I don't have as many problems with the clear coat. I like to let the baits sit for a day. So I'll probably clear coat these tomorrow. I do have some I have to clear coat yet. We'll probably get those hanging on the turner very shortly. Get a few spinning anyhow. They are starting to pile up on me. I'm excited to get this one going. So we're going to do a few. We'll do those ones right there. I'll get these aside. I still have to put eyeballs on those. Some rainbow trout. I noticed a lot more bass fishermen are using lures that a few years ago would have been considered ridiculous. They're catching ridiculously large bass with them. I agree with you 100%. Here is one of my most requested. I had a guy ask me for as many of these as I could make for bass. Big 6-inch swim bait. As many as I can get, he said. That guy doesn't pay his bills, so I'm still hanging on to that. Oh well. I'm gonna clean this up. And then we'll do a little clear coat, get that stuff spinning. I'm going to clean a lot of that stuff out later. I like basswood myself, but it dents easily. Oh, I got to show you this stuff. A guy gave me some of this. This is balsa. They use this for making airplanes. But you see that? Now, if I take my fingers and that's how soft balsa is. Either it does a crush, coconut crushing monster. Yeah, balsa, very, very soft. You have to do it through wire stuff, or the wire will just rip right out. Yeah, everybody's going big, right? So we're going to be doing a little clear coat. I need. What am I going to do here? I have my recipes wrote on the side of the cabinet here. I'm pretty good at writing on walls and stuff. So if anybody is from somewhere special or far and wide, where are you from? Yeah, no, that stuff, that balsa, that's what they made the original floating Rapala with, was that there. I don't know what clear coat they used on the original floating Rapala, because that they held up, but that there, you can put your fingers through it. I am wicked excited to get this thing spinning. I want to get the crawler blades on it. A little bit of both. I just dropped something. Where's my friggin' things there? I have a little pair of vice grips that I love for holding this thing when I'm clear coating, but I can't find it. So no little ones, we're using big ones. She's going to be the best for that. I think it's going to be perfect there. No sense holding it yet. They use resin. Yep. 6 cents will be using resin. I'll try 3.44. Yeah. So this here is, they say 1-to-1 by volume, but 1 to 1.1 whatever if you're using the weight. So I do it by weight, which is, I find, is the most accurate. So when I'm doing this here, I will get 3.4. Oh, not ounces. Some dickhead was playing around with my scale. I don't need ounces. I need grams. Oh, that was catastrophe. Yeah, balsa's wicked soft. The clear coat I'm using is designed for musky baits. It turns everything pretty well sealed. Like it's a hard clear coat. Uh, 3.4. I got some chunks of walnut you can try making baits with. Walnut, that would be a wicked bait to try and make something suspending with, because that'll be heavy to, wouldn't take a whole lot of lead. 4. I enjoy making the wooden stuff. Fun fact, the original Rapala lures were used melted photographic negatives as a protective coating. Larry Rapala, the creator, didn't have access to lacquers, so he utilized this method. That's fucking cool, man. $4 grams of this. the cops ever come in my basement, they're gonna think I'm a high-class drug dealer. So I got the drug scale, and check out my lead melting spoon. Tell me it doesn't look like I'm a crackhead. I'm not. Just gotta jiggle at everything. Yeah. Look at us getting educated, Frank. Hey? So this is the two-part epoxy. It's True Glide. It's designed by a muskie guy, Joe Peterson. Had this designed or designed it himself. I don't know. It's really, really tricky to work with. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I'm of the variety that love this stuff. You got to be a little bit careful with it. I heat it up, gets rid of the bubbles, also softens it a lot, makes it easier to brush on. That way when I'm putting it on the turner, that stops it from running, basically. I promise. JL Fisher, where are you from? I'm writing where everybody's from on the wall over here. You make the wall of fame. Where are you from, bro? Okay, let's get this little guy going first. The old chipmunk. You guys have made my day here. Keep me company playing around. I'm going to do this next Saturday as well. I might get on here tonight. I don't know. Probably not tonight. Maybe tomorrow night. I'll be on here tomorrow night. I got to fix my trailer this afternoon. So my son and I are going to tear the ceiling out of it because the fucking mice got in there and made a mess. Yeah, yeah.
I had my teammates as watchers, so they're in the loop.
My financial advisor doesn't let me get addicted to much. She thinks I'm addicted to buying fishing stuff, but oh, I didn't sign this. Oh, well. This one's not going to be signed. Usually I write Gettenany on the bottom, but not going to on this one. No way somebody else can say they made it. This one here, little chipmunk. Ooh, a little Metallica. I got to learn to be able to talk and do this stuff at the same time because usually people go, I'm out of here about this time when I'm doing this stuff. Anybody else putting their hometown or where they're at on the wall or what? Or what? Or what, guys? Oh, yeah, that reminds me. I had Newfoundlanders last week. A whole gang of them. So we had the Newfoundland. What's my favorite song? I'm not sure. Stuff like this pretty hard to beat. Oh, I unplugged it. Like, why isn't it turning? Oh, there's a mosquito in here. bastard's going to land on something and stick. Usually what happens is a bug will just land on the wet clear coat. Very erratic and unpredictable. Ah, Frank. Yeah, they get twitchy all right. Oh, this'll work. We'll need them big ones. But these little suckers. The LA. 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 So, yeah. Hopefully old Lars doesn't put a copyright strike against me. Sometimes YouTube does that. You single? My wife told me I'm not single. She told me I'm not. She told me I should be wearing my ring, but I'm not. Get scolded for not doing that. LA is from Arkansas. Oh well. LA's on the board anyways. I already wrote her on the wall. That's permanent. What states do I have so far? Well, I just started this today. We have North Carolina, Florida, Missouri, and maybe LA. I don't know. Frank told me he was from Missouri or something. I'm not careful, I'll drop this. Murray Fishing, you're back. Welcome back. I'm clear coating, and I think the Wisconsin reunion died down a little bit. Oh, that's hard on my elbows. That mosquito. Dasperito on 12. Yeah, guys. Sometimes the youngins get involved in this. Well, they got to learn how to swear sometime, right? May as well learn from a bunch of foul-mouthed fishermen. Oh, we got to stop this. We got two from Arkansas, me and another. Yep. Yeah, there was some Arkansas. I got that up there. Don't I? I don't have Arkansas up there. Arkansas. It's a party then. It is so. Now, this is the guy I was trying to get clear coated. Look at that goddamn loon. Isn't he nice? Fuck, I like that. This one is a friggin' beauty. I want to make sure I get it perfect. I don't know whether I would ever sell this one. I think I'm going to put this one on the wall somewhere. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'll probably end up giving it away to some kid. I really like this color though. You'll buy it. Just got to fire a message through gettenanyoutdoors.com or Getting Any Outdoor Baits on Instagram, Getting Any Outdoors on Facebook, and then we'll talk. We'll talk, Murray. I will tell you this though, I am really, really loving this bait. It looks awesome. The guy that ordered those Ninja Turtles that I made, he also ordered a couple of Blue Jays. Yeah, this is a crawler, so it's got two big wings that come out. Okay, I just had an idea pop into my head. When I become monetized, I will throw this bait into the mix of a giveaway. So I am on the path to monetization. I have enough subscribers. I have enough. No, I don't have enough. I don't have enough watch hours. So I'm going to keep doing this. And this actually is a fantastic way to get the watch hours. Like today alone is fantastic. I've been on here 2 hours and we've been averaging probably 20 people watching. This is by far my best live I've done. So once I hit the monetization, I will be putting together some cool giveaways. And it's not just going to be one person wins. I'm going to pick probably 10 people and we'll do it. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to give this some heat because I want to make sure all the little cracks and crevices are covered. If that spot's not. On top. That's awesome, dude. It'll happen on its own. I appreciate it though. The help, all the help you can get, all the help I can get. But what you're doing today is actually the best thing you can do. Is leaving comments. Comments really help the old algorithm do its thing. I don't like this. Oh, that'll stay. That'll stay, right? 2.5 hours. I know this because I drive there to go to Skeels. Oh, I go to Skeels there. This big popper here. Get that guy on the go. My clear coat's starting to thicken. Needs a little bit of warming up. This will be tricky to do holding on to stuff. I borrowed, it's not a heat gun, that's just a hair dryer. I borrowed it from my wife, and apparently somebody went and got paint all over it, and the wife does not want it back. She still reminds me that I took it. Not that I need any kind of hair dryer, but or so she likes to remind me. It's on the way. Fixing my website is actually the #1 priority because I am ordering a lot of stuff from overseas to really ramp up this whole adventure I'm doing. I'm finding I'm really enjoying getting into the building of the baits, and I'm expanding what baits I'm going to be building. And the website has to happen because you'll never sell enough out of the back of your car to pay your overhead and stuff. And I really enjoy doing this. So if I can convert this into a decent paycheck, that would be awesome. Oh man, I'm on the wrong side of this thing. All right. I'm going to heat this thing right up again. It doesn't spread around very good if it's not hot. Like, it's got to be warm. And as it cools off, it just sticks. Which is a bit of a pain, but it's also a good thing as well. I think this will be the last one I do today. This here is kind of like the Canadian Wiggler, but jumbo size. And I did it in a bit of a crappie pattern, the basic crappie. So all you guys saying hi, I'm saying hi back. Unless you're saying hi to other people, and then, well, it's up to them to say hi back. Sun's coming up pretty good here now. Always makes it a little bit tricky to see in the basement. When I miss a spot, it's harder to pick up on. Goddamn mosquito. Oh, you made a mistake. You flew in a bag over there. I made stringers based on an old design from a company called Mill Pond. High quality materials, a lot of man hours. They are excellent Christmas gifts. I sent. Oh, shit. I don't think that's going to be enough. We'll try. We'll try. See if it's enough. I don't know where that went, but anyways. Well, guys, thank you very much for hanging out this morning. I will be back on here next Saturday for sure, for sure. I got to go get some breakfast into me and get my day underway. Thanks for hanging out. It's super appreciated. I'll see you Wisconsinites next time. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.